Hi, this is the Old People's Complaint Desk. I'm Wayne Yo, and I want to talk to the caregivers out there for a little bit. So how you doing? You feeling okay? You get a chance to get outside lately? You know, ease up, do a few laps, breathe in some flowers, maybe some gardening, you know, just how have you been treating yourself lately? You got a heck of a job, a hard job. It's hard taking care of other people. And, you know, that taking care of, it varies. Yes, there are people out there who need taken care of, and you would never know it. And then there are those you darn well know about it. Like stroke victims who can't communicate and can't move. Ooh, boy, that's hard. And I sometimes don't know how you can do it. But, you know, there's a madness in it, and kind of like maybe you're a blessing in disguise in some way, or a guardian angel or something. But I don't think you're going to feel that way all the time. And most of the time, you just more or less feel like, Jesus, you need a break and to get away and to have something different. I don't know. You get tired of seeing somebody at the store and they say, "Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, how's your husband? How's he been doing lately? Is he all right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've had the same thing. I've been a little bit more, but he's much worse. And no bed sores? Good, good. Oh, and how are you? You know, yeah. Are you tired of being asked how the other person is before you? It's like, no, wait. wait a minute. How about me? How am I doing? You ask me, you're talking to me. Ask me how I'm doing, you're talking to me. You know? Hey. So, you got a heck of a job. And it's surprising at how many of us are caregivers, even though our charges, you know, which usually is a spouse, and if you're up in the 70s, your spouse, you might have been married for over 30 years, God, more, 30, 40, 50. So usually when two people are together and you know, for 30 or 40 years, the one who is the least able to whatever is taken care of in some form by the more able. Yeah. So what does that mean? How is that? Well, I don't know. You know, I can cut down a tree and I could harvest the wood and I can make firewood. My wife can't do that. She can't lift the chainsaw. So when it comes to doing things of the, you know, workaround method, work here, work there, lift and hump. Yeah, I do that. I'm not caretaker, but I do that. And there are things that I take care of. The slippery slope for us into being defined, whether you are like, am I a caretaker or am I not a caretaker? You may ask yourself or wonder that, because caretakers need to take care of themselves. And if there is any doubt about you being a caretaker, yeah, sure, your spouse can drive, they can do all these things, but there's a large segment of stuff that they can't do for some reason. Usually it's a diminishment of strength, skeletal support, cognitive abilities, or to the point to where they get frustrated easily, so it's best not to just let them do anything, or they have an incurable malady, a neurological disorder or something of that sort, which are going around here and there, and they're never going to get any better, they're just going to get worse. So you got a situation like that where one person's in that state, usually the other one, if the other person is any much better off, then they're going to be the caretaker. whether you think it or not, and then define yourself as a caretaker just for your own sake, and then start to go into the caretaking protocol, excuse me, of taking care of yourself. Do you know there are senior centers out there that have caretaker classes? Yeah. Go to them. You know what they focus on? Taking care of yourself and evaluating where you are in the stress burnout phase, or, you know, where you're at. To be able to objectively look at your mind and assess where you're at, so you know what you can take and you know what you can't take. And if you got to get to the point to where you establish some boundaries to save your sanity, or you have to establish boundaries because of your physical limitations, or, you know, you can't exceed your maximum physical abilities. So then you got to draw boundaries. And take care of yourself first. So caretaking nowadays is, you know, it used to be when they're this way, you take care of them. Usually bedridden. Nowadays, there are so many things going on, and there are so many people that are not bedridden, but needing to be taken care of by someone. And those someones who are taking care of the one who needs to be taken care of in a very kindly, patient, loving manner. Don't you just love it when somebody comes up and says, "Hey, Howie, how you been? I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. You know, I'm pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, I heard you're married. So how's your wife? Yeah, oh, not too bad. Hey, you ever go over here and see what this stuff is like over at this Home Depot? Huh? Yeah, right? That would be a refreshing change. And if you are in a position where you would think that would be a refreshing change, someone coming up to you and asking how you're doing first off and foremost, then you're a caregiver. Read up on the caregiving protocol as far as taking care of yourself, and boop, start doing it. Okay, please. We are only so strong. We can only do so much. And other people need us. And we want to be there for them. So you got to keep the machine working first and foremost, or nothing gets done. All right. Old People's Complaint Desk, Wayne Yo, that's spelled W-A-Y-N apostrophe capital Y-O, Yo, Wayne Yo, saying good night. Thank you. Hi, this is Wayne with a disclaimer. The information that I'm providing is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, and treatment, nor as a substitute for professional mental health care or a substitute for accounting and tax preparation. These stories are my experiences. Go and have your experiences, and may they be guided by competent professional help. And I give public notice that all names are fictitious composites, and I'm representing no one person, alive or otherwise. My intent here, as in all cases, is not to malign anyone or anything. Thank you.